Hey, what's up guys? Madman here, and we're bringing a bit of a different video than we usually do here because it's going to be a bit more simple. But, you see, I'm a gun tech at my field, and for a team that I've been recently dragged into, that's a different story for a different time. But, as a gun tech, I get to see a lot of guns and, fix them up. And I think this is a great opportunity for me to just take a look at these guns with you, tell them what they're all about, and give you my opinion on them. So, first gun we've got is the Dangerous Power G5. And on first glance, and when you hold it and feel it and look at it, this is an impressively built gun on the outside. If you were to give this to someone about 8 years ago or something like that, you could easily convince them that this is a high-end gun. Easily. Because it's hoseless, it's all metal, it's got a great ASA. Dangerous Power's been making these ASAs for a while, but this ASA is really easy to work on. This feed neck is really good. This trigger is fantastic. And it's hoseless. I need to say that twice because it's kind of a big deal, because hoseless, right? The barrel is a bit of a joke, I have to say. Not because of the quality of not because of how it shoots, but if you take a look at the anodizing on the gun and then the barrel, it looks like they anodized the barrel and they didn't do it properly because there's stains everywhere. But it looks like when they dumped it into the dye bath, they didn't leave it for long enough, so it looks faded. It looks terrible. I'll be honest, it looks terrible. Shoots fine. The barrel looks terrible, shoots fine, but still looks terrible. Anyway, continuing. The regulator and the plumbing on the inside is a lot like the Lux. The regulator is a really good regulator. It's easy to get to, completely toolless. The board's really easy to work on, and there's a lot to work with. The solenoid is actually a real solenoid for this price. I'm looking at you, Dye and GOG. This has a real solenoid, and it's all for $325. So, for $325, this is a pretty sweet deal, isn't it? Ish. Because you gotta understand that for this price, companies have to compromise somewhere to keep expenses low. And where Dangerous Power chose to do that was in the drivetrain. So, what you've got is a really, really basic unbalanced blow-forward spool valve or dump valve. And there's actually nothing wrong with it being that. The thing is, how they did it that I have a problem with. So, you might notice that this bolt has no O-rings. What they did was, they negated the need for a can or a bolt sail or a sail O-ring on the bolt by putting them in the body. The problem with that is that they're a pain to replace, which is the reason I have this gun with me in the first place. That's what it had. The next thing is, you gotta understand how an unbalanced blow forward works. So, you've got actually, I'll put in animation. The way an unbalanced blow forward spool valve works, or dump valve, is you've got the solenoid holding the bolt back because there's a bias in the main chamber. And when you pull the trigger, the solenoid vents the air that's holding the bolt back, so the pressure in the main chamber pushes the bolt forward. The problem with the G5 is that if you're shooting above 280 FPS, there is 200 PSI back here. That's a lot. That's double what you have on the CS1 pretty much. So when you pull the trigger, this comes forward with a lot of force. It's hauling ass out of this bolt guide. To add to that, this 200 PSI explosion is pretty loud when you fire the gun. Let's get a ball. And if your ball isn't sitting in the cup of the bolt like this, it's gonna hit it. And also, to add to that, if your ball is sitting in this cup like this, it's giving space for the next ball in the ball stack to balloon out forwards a bit. And you can see this bolt is a right angle, right there. This means that when your bolt is sliding forward, it's possibly going to clip the next ball in the stack. The result is a gun that handles decent paint terribly. So if you're getting this gun, you're probably going to have to run with paint that doesn't break when you shoot it across the field, because it just doesn't handle brittle paint well at all. Maybe in low rates of fire, you could get away with this gun shooting brittle paint okay, but don't try to shoot anything above 12 BPS with this at all. Just stick to Millennium Ramp, which is the NXL preset, and just stick with that. You'll have a more pleasant experience with this gun. You'll be a lot safer. You won't have to carry 9 swabs with you for every time this gun breaks paint. Personally, I think this is an okay gun. Everything about how it's built on the outside is actually great. It's a bit short for my taste, but I can live with that. Trigger's great, ASA is awesome, feed neck is really good, hoseless is actually really clean, so there are no complaints there. My only complaint is the trade-off. That came at an expense, and it was the quality of drivetrain. So I'll leave it up to you to draw your own conclusions. Is sacrificing the quality of drivetrain worth it to have the high-end build on the outside? Or is it not? And that's pretty much it for the Dangerous Power G5. You've just got to weigh your options against each other. With that said, I'm the Madman. I'll see you guys in the next time in an explosion!